Alright, so here I have another one that I'm going to show you as arch method. And some of you might be looking at it going like, wait, arch method? Wouldn't you want to do this as the shortcut method because it has 3 terms and no leading coefficients? Remember how I said the arch method will work for any 3-term trinomial? Well, I want to show you that it can actually work for these guys when it has no leading coefficient as well. Now, how do you factor this guy out? Well, as usual, you always want to see if there's a GCF. You can see, nah, there's no GCF. No matching set of parentheses. Letter, letter, ugh, no letter. Number, number, ugh, no number. And doesn't start with a negative, so no GCF. Once you realize that there's no GCF, then this is where you're supposed to have said 1, 2, 3 terms. Determine if you were going to do shortcut, FOIL, or arch. Now, I would have automatically said do the shortcut because it's less steps, but just to prove a point that you can do the arch method for any trinomial, let's do arch. Now, arch was always multiply the first term coefficient, remember? Multiply first term coefficient. And you might be saying, well, there's no coefficient here. Well, remember, we said that if you don't see a number here, there's an understood 1. So now you have the first term coefficient times the last term, the constant. So let's multiply these 2 numbers to create that arch. And remember, we always multiply. So 1 times 8 is 8. Then just do all the combos of 8. You know that 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 3, nah, decimal. 4 is already on the board. Let's see what we're going to do with these combos. Because of a plus, we know we're going to add these guys. So I get a 9 and a 6. Which one matches? I get to choose the 1 and 8 because it gives us the 9 that matches. If there's no match, then you say it's prime, especially when there's no GCF. But most of the ones that you do on the test, there's only one question that should be prime. Most of the ones should break down. So we got a match. So remember, we don't have any parentheses. Remember, we're doing arch. Arch says that once you choose the combo, you're splitting. We're not doing any parentheses. So we're going to have 1 and 8. These as our new coefficients. Goodbye to the 9. We are going to have letters here. It's not 1 and 8. You have to bring this variable part down. So don't leave it as 1 and 8. Put it as 1x and 8x. Because you know that 1x and 8x, if we put 2 pluses here, will give you 9x. Sign issues. Every time we do add, we have to do the same signs. So these 2 actually have to match each other. Now, take the bigger number, shoot up the ladder. Notice the middle term is plus. So this is also plus. So plus, and if we know that they have to be the same, plus, because plus 1x plus 8x, that's going to give us the 9x. Bring down the first term. Bring down the last term. And you're done with the arch. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Arch only works if you have 3 terms. So we're done arch. Rewrite it, and when you have 4 terms, the only method we know to factor is grouping. Grouping is where we use the parentheses around the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. In the first 2 terms, you can take out an x. That's your GCF. 2 x's over 1x. You have 1x left on top. X over x cancel out, but still have the coefficient of plus 1. Here, ooh, they both have an 8. Make sure you always bring this sign down as part of the GCF. So you're going to divide each term by a positive 8 to get our leftovers. 8x divided by 8. The 8's cancel out, but you're left with x. And over here, 8 divided by 8. It's not nothing. It's 1. This and this must match because you found the combo. Remember our last step. Take the matching, put it as one set of parentheses. Take the GCFs, put it in as the other binomial. This is done. This is your factors using the arch method instead of the shortcut method.